Oh good, you're here. Listen, I can't find my phone. Could you call it? You'll need my phone number. Let me just remind myself of what it is. Wait a second. This is so embarrassing. Intel is firmly blaming motherboard manufacturers for the ongoing stability issues with high-end 13th and 14th gen CPUs. I'm sure they're being totally reasonable, and there's no way that Intel also shares fault for the state of the processors that Intel itself designed. This is after several companies such as MSI and Asus featured default settings on higher end boards, allowing Intel processors to draw practically unlimited power and current. In a statement obtained by Igor's lab, Intel is asking its board partners to please not do that, and recommending board partners warn users if any unlocked or overclocking features are in use. But Team Blue seems to be ignoring their own role in this. Hardware Unboxed has pointed out that Intel has been giving board partners a broad range of recommended settings rather than clearly defining power specifications for years, even claiming Intel considers boards without power limits to be in spec. Intel's own marketing material shows tests done on the exact motherboards they're now complaining about. It seems like Intel was so concerned about number go up, they never considered CPU go boom.
Except metaphorically.
MSI announced they will no longer be releasing AMD Radeon GPUs. This comes just days after listings for MSI's Radeon cards mysteriously disappeared from stores across the globe. It's also worth noting that MSI never released a 7700 XT or 7800 XT after they were announced by AMD. In a statement to German outlet Hardware Lux, MSI said they are focusing on RTX cards instead of Radeon cards, likely because NVIDIA GPUs sell significantly better and MSI likes money.
How dare they?
It's not a charity. MSI claims they are still collaborating with AMD on other hardware, most notably on motherboards. And they didn't say they'd never make another AMD GPU, but this news feels weird. It calls MSI's relationship with AMD into question, and it makes it feel especially weird that the MSI Claw was the first gaming handheld to use an Intel Core Ultra processor with ARC graphics instead of an AMD APU, like all of its competitors. But I'm not here to gossip. I need at least one box of red wine and some popcorn first.
I'll get you some, James.
I wasn't asking, but. Meta has been doing basically everything wrong. Thousands of not safe for work AI girlfriend ads are showing up on Facebook and Instagram despite Meta's own ad policies. An investigation by Wired found that at least 29,000 such ads had been published on Meta platforms, with most of them using sexually aggressive messaging, and that's the worst kind of aggressive. I don't want Facebook telling me all about the lonely AIs in my area. I just want to wish my problematic uncle a happy birthday, damn it! Unfortunately, the story only gets worse, as Apple has had to pull 3 generative AI apps used for deepfake pornography after an investigation by 404 Media. The apps in question advertise themselves on Instagram using taglines like, "Undress any girl for free," something that makes me feel like taking 7 consecutive showers and scrubbing myself with bleach. Fortunately, these ads may have been completely ineffective since Meta's automated advertising tools are completely broken. The company's Advantage Plus shopping campaigns service markets itself as an AI-powered alternative to manual ad campaigns, promising less setup time and greater efficiency. It's the year of efficiency after all. According to several businesses, the only thing efficient about the AI is how quickly it blows through advertising budgets. Businesses using the service report that it burned through their budget in a couple of hours, and the ads didn't even earn any revenue. Come on, Meta, advertising is one of the 2 things you're supposed to be good at. Now your only achievement is making teenagers depressed. Advertising isn't that hard. For example, here's our sponsor.
Charge! They're the company that charges your devices, but they yearn for more. Meet the Charge Disk, their new M.2 NVMe SSD enclosure. Weighing in at just 24 grams, it still manages transfer speeds of up to 10 gigabits per second and packs a cooling fan that'll drop your SSD temps by 20 degrees Celsius. Thanks to its USB-C jack, connectivity is simple. Assembly? Easy peasy, tool-freezy. It's tool-free. Plus, it's got built-in hardware write protection to help safeguard your data. Use it for your Steam Deck, ROG Ally, or even your iPhone 15. Check it out at the link below.
Are you a busy person on the go who doesn't have time to listen to tech news? Well, now you can, thanks to QuickBits. Call now. US Homeland Security has invited a range of notable figures from the world of AI, including Sam Altman, Jensen Huang, Satya Nadella, and Sundar Pichai, to its new Artificial Intelligence Safety and Security Board. Around 8 of the board's 23 members are from companies in the tech industry, raising concerns about regulatory capture and excessive industry influence.
The rest are ChatGPT.
But you know what they say, keep your friends close and Sam Altman closer. That little shit's up to something, I just know it. AMD planned to launch an RX 8000 series graphics card that would have absolutely effed up NVIDIA's crap, but they canceled it, according to Kepler L2, a well-known leaker of such things. On the AnandTech forums, Kepler posted a snippet of the GPU source code, which lists 9 shader engines, 3 more than AMD's current flagship GPU, the RX 7900 XTX, and the cancel card would have had more than twice the compute units, according to another user in the thread. Those specs would have allowed this card to smash NVIDIA's RTX 4090 harder than an idiot smashing the like button on a Logan Paul video. So why didn't AMD launch it? Probably because making a working product is harder than writing a list of specs, but that's just a theory.
A game theory. I've waited years.
He's retired. iPadOS has been officially designated as a gatekeeper platform by the European Commission, and thus will not be subjected to the same rules as non-PadOS under the EU's Digital Markets Act. That means that Apple now has 6 months to allow iPad users in the EU to access third-party app stores through their big touchscreen things, in addition to their little touchscreen things. Sounds like a lot of work to set up. I hope they make it in time.
Complicated.
In more Apple news, the company is pushing the Vision Pro 2 to late 2026, according to Mark Gurman. This is after analyst Ming-Chi Kuo also reported that Apple cut its 2024 Vision Pro shipments in half before the headset has even debuted outside the US. Surprisingly, the $3,500 headset must not have sold super well.
What?
And work on a cheaper version is not going great, as Apple is flummoxed. This is real, it's quotation marks. They're actually flummoxed by how to bring the cost down. That's what happens when you spend years over engineering and overpricing literally everything you release.
I don't say this often, but I'm genuinely flummoxed.
Wow. And the Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing League held its first 2 races over the weekend. One race featured only self-driving race cars, while the other pitted self-driving race cars against human driving drivers. Now, that might sound like an exciting competition of man versus machine, but the AI-driven cars were slow, easily confused by the smoke from other cars, and repeatedly spun out and crashed despite not going very fast.
It's a ghost!
Honestly, it was a little bit like if you replaced Dale Earnhardt with a bunch of nervous octogenarians trying to desperately hold on to their driver's licenses. But you've got to hold on another 2 days until you can come back on Wednesday for more tech news. The math works out. It won't come any faster than that, even if you pout.